gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, we are live Monday to Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. on Synergy Network. With a rerun the next day from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. We also live on Facebook and YouTube, viewers. Check out our live stream. If you're not at home, you're on the go, you can still view Saieed and still get all the updates and what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. So update number one, the Trinidad and Tobago Meteorologist Service has once again suspended routine weather forecast service at a branch. Why? Due to staff shortage. So Trinidad and Tobago, question to you. How come meteorological service in Trinidad and Tobago has staff shortage? How come? They predict the weather forecast in Trinidad and Tobago 7 days, 14 days, 2 days, 3 days. How come? They are saying that the forecast production will resume at 7:15 p.m. tonight. You know, it's such a sad thing to hear that something as the weather forecast in Trinidad and Tobago, I believe it is government run, have staff shortage. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that. So if that goes down in Trinidad and Tobago and there's a storm brewing in the Caribbean or close to Trinidad, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? It's such a sad thing to know that an important thing such as the weather, we have staff shortage. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we can expect anything to happen. Update number two, a fire broke out at St. Benedict's College in Laramie around 12:20 p.m. on Wednesday, reportedly starting near the auditorium and the drama classroom. Firefighters and police responded swiftly containing the blaze to ensure all students and staff were safely evacuated. The students were temporarily housed at the nearby Laramie RC Church, where they were later picked up by parents and guardians. No injuries were reported, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Hope we're going to hear something soon, viewers, from what is taking place. Let's hope it's an electrical problem and no students set the fire, because that is going to be a serious, serious thing. Lastly, I mean, ain't there going to be no child again being charged, you know. It won't be a child thing, you know. Hopefully, if it is a student, they will get the full blunt of the law. Hoping, eh? So Trinidad and Tobago, is the dragon dancing again? The U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has assured Prime Minister Kamala Persad in Washington that they have support for Trinidad and Tobago Dragon Gas Project. Rubio confirmed that U.S. assistance will ensure that the plan aligns with OFAC license requirement while limiting benefits to Venezuela. This comes 5 months after the U.S. government has revoked TNT's license for the country to explore the Dragon gas deal with Venezuela. During talks in New York, both leaders discussed national energy and economic security. Although no further updates has been given, the PM did give brief remarks while in Washington. Listen to this.
We had some very important discussions for bilateral interests, and more will disclose later. We have some good news.
Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the PM has taken measurable steps to ensure the country's economic recovery.
In 4 short months, the Prime Minister has delivered a profound and most remarkable contribution to our economic recovery. It is indeed a great day for Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessa's first trip as Prime Minister in this term to the United Nations and later Washington has delivered the most telling achievement in obtaining the United States government's support for our renewed proposal to resurrect the Dragon Project.
So surprisingly, Trinidad and Tobago, surprisingly, are we actually hearing that the dragon is going to dance one more? Are we actually looking forward to seeing the dragon gas field come back to life? I won't say nothing much on it. You know why? We need more information. We need more information. Now, what I can say is that Keith Rowley administration, which was the PNM 5 months back, 6 months back, they were pursuing the dragon gas deal through Maduro. Now, I want to let you understand that Venezuela is sanctioned, and any country doing business with Venezuela could face a sanction. I want to let you understand that. What was promised from Kamala to the US? This is what we want to know. In order for permission to be given to Kamala to continue with the Dragon gas field exploration, what was promised? That is all I'm going to say until we have further information. That is all we are going to say. I am going to say that. Now listen to this. With the recent news of the Dragon gas deal back on the table, former government official and opposition members are claiming Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessa for the reward pushed. On his Facebook page on Tuesday, former Prime Minister Stuart Young criticized Persad-Bissessa, noting that she had previously declared the project dead while pursuing opportunities in Grenada, Guyana, and Suriname. It was in April before 2025 general election that Young made the announcement with regards to a license granted by former Biden administration in the US for supply of natural gas from Venezuela. Listen to this.
We have now been informed that our license from OFAC, which is dated the 18th of December 2023, has been revoked by OFAC. And that license is now revoked by OFAC, as well as our coquina mannequin license.
So now, Trinidad and Tobago, there we have Stuart Young saying that the license was revoked. It was granted under the Biden administration and revoked under the Trump administration. Why? Why? Was it that the government, the past government, were doing business with a sanctioned country? That is why the Biden administration revoked the license? This is a question that needs to be answered. Now, going forward, sharing a video on her page for Prime Minister pointing to her earlier dismissal of the Dragon project after or as unfeasible in May 2025. Former Education Minister Dr. Nyan Gasby Dolce also accused her of desperation. This is what Prime Minister had to say back then. Listen to this.
The Dragon gas is dead. We'd be foolish not to elsewhere. And in fact, we should have started as such long ago. We should not have put everything into the Dragon gas. That is dead. It is dead. They kept it alive for 10 years. And we couldn't do that in 10 years.
No, so Trinidad and Tobago, back then, when the license was revoked, we all said the dragon gas deal was dead. We all said that. We in Trinidad and Tobago said that. You know why? The license was revoked. So, Stuart Chung did say in our Facebook post that they knew Venezuela was sanctioned. I asked Joe if we had a video. Stuart Chung is saying we knew Venezuela was sanctioned, but yet they went ahead and did business. They went ahead. The sanction didn't stop them. They literally went ahead. So it's obvious, it is obvious when the Trump administration see Trinidad and Tobago doing business with a sanctioned country, what do you think will happen? What do you think will happen? License revoked. And many times I told you, we have to say, thank God the Trump administration did not sanction Trinidad and Tobago because of the fact that we were doing business with a sanctioned country. So Trinidad and Tobago, we are not going to play dumb, stupid, nor dotish, because we understand once a country is doing business with a sanctioned country, that country could be sanctioned. So the thing is now, when Trump administration came into effect, what caused Dr. Rowley to cut his time short as a former prime minister? What caused him to jump out, resign? Was it because he knew fully well that they were doing business with a sanctioned country and Trump may sanction Trinidad and Tobago because of the fact that they were doing business? Was that one of the reasons why Dr. Rowley stepped out very quickly? I'm asking a question. That is what I'm doing. I am asking a question. Did he know something that we didn't? I am asking that. Did Dr. Rowley got a hint of something that nobody else got? Hence the reason why he decided to walk out of prime ministership. Now Kamala went. They talk what they talk. Now Rubio is going to grant us now the license. But making sure, listen carefully now, but making sure Venezuela does not benefit too much. Too much. Listen to this video. So Transibik, call her good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead.
I want to tell you something. Everything Carnival is a problem for the PNM supporters. To start with, when you talk about Dragon deal, you like Tiger that too. So what Carnival is doing is the prosperous of Trinidad and Tobago. So I don't care what people say about Kamala. I support Kamala in every moment of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, with recent news of the Dragon gas deal back on the table, former government official and opposition members are slamming Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar for the renewed push. Why are they slamming her? Tell me. Why are they slamming her? Could somebody answer that? Is she doing it the correct way? Is she doing it in a way that the PNM didn't do it? Call her good night.
Carol, what did you about? Huh?
I'm listening. Hello? So Trinidad and Tobago, we're going down to Penny now. Listen to this now. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles has engaged in energy talks on the margin of the 80th UN General Assembly in New York. A post on Beckles' Facebook page on September 30th, she said she joined energy leaders at a side event transforming region energy future on September 24th. The discussion was hosted by Ralph Ramsey, Senior Executive Advisor for Worldwide Technologies. We have Philip Martin, the CEO of EMTEL USA, among others. Some of the topics covered at the event including safeguarding energy security, reducing the long-term impact of subsidy burdens, promoting economic diversification beyond oil and gas, and expanding workforce development and redeployment for the green economy. Have a caller? Caller, good night.
Hello?
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yes, Mr. Said, how are you going?
I'm okay, how are you?
To talk to you again. Long time you haven't spoken. I know you bring the facts every day, and I listen to you and admire you, or you made progress in the program. But you asked the question just now, why Dr. Rowley jump out so fast, right? But I don't believe, in my opinion, he jumped out fast because remember, since a year before that or so, when they were planning to have the election coming up, he was saying that since the last one, he ain't sure if he's going to go up again for election. So I don't think he might have jumped out fast because of the Jack and Deal visit.
Okay, I understand.
That's my opinion. But keep up with the good work. I admire you, and I have been in some of your programs, Parang, during the Christmas time and what with, in conjunction with Daddy Chinese Madeba.
Okay.
So, congrats to you, and keep up the good work, and keep being fearless.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Opposition Chief Whip Marvin Gonzalez has since warned Chief Secretary Farley Augustine that no amount of calling WASA to a meeting is going to address the problem. Augustine has since called on WASA to address the supply of water in Tobago. Marvin says that this problem has arisen because of the UNC government interfered with the executive management of WASA and cancelled the WASA transformation plan. Gonzalez is also calling on Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisasa to get the WASA transformation plan and process back on the road. Listen to this.
What you are seeing today is as a result of the UNC government interfering with the executive management of WASA, the ripping of the WASA transformation plan, and I want to advise the Honorable Chief Secretary that no amount of calling WASA to a meeting is going to address the problem. He needs to go back to the Prime Minister and tell the Prime Minister, go into the bin and get the WASA transformation plan and get the transformation process back on the road, because there is no other way to ensure that we have a reliable supply of water in Tobago as well as in Trinidad.
But Marvin, how could you say the UNC stopped it? Tobago had that problem and you never addressed it. You never addressed it. Even Trinidad here had problems that you never addressed. 4 months now. And the blame game starts. And the blame game starts. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we have a call? Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, you're live, my friend.
I am telling you this. What he bought, I am going to this country. What he do for him past 9 years. In 4 months, what Canada do, they could never succeed at. What Canada do as a prime minister of this country, in 10 years, they will do quarter of what Miss Kamala do.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Now, Marvin, saying that he warned the country about this months ago, the minister said that the problem is incompetent management and at the executive level of WASA. Listen to this.
Problem is incompetent management at the executive level of the Water and Sewage Authority. It is exactly what I warned this country about 4 months ago, when the Prime Minister, with a glee in her face, ripped up the WASA transformation plan in the presence of the Public Services Association. When I witnessed that, I warned the country that what the UNC government is doing is setting the stage to put in place incompetent political appointees at the executive management of WASA.
Now, viewers, Gonzalez also noted that while the present state of affairs is unfortunate, the government must do the right thing. I wonder if he was doing the right thing. He again called on Farley and to the PM to implement the transformation plan that was put in place by competent people. Marvin.
It is very unfortunate that after the previous government did all of this work to improve the supply of water and did improve the supply of water, that months after the UNC came into government, there's a complete reversal of the strides and the improvements made in Southwest Tobago. And I am calling again on the government, the Minister of Public Utilities, the Prime Minister, and the Chief Secretary to do the honorable thing. Do bury their egos, implement the transformation plan that was put in place by competent people who were not driven by political malice.
You know what I don't understand? Part of the problem was due to water. The river had less water. I would like Marvin to understand that. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we know he doesn't understand much. We are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. Lots more to come when we return.
We'll be right back.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
throws you a curveball. And you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Minister of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development, Kennedy Sarat Singh, have stated no mention was made about the disbursement of funds collected via property tax. Instead, he said information was given about the payment count and payment received for each corporation. His response, following statement by Chairman of the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation, Josiah Austin, that his corporation has yet to receive any funds from the tax allocation. Yesterday, the Diego Martin Borough Corporation also issued a statement on its Facebook page saying no funds were released to it from property allocation. Now, in the Senate, Sarat Singh outlined the statutory process for managing the tax revenue, saying that the money collected from property tax is the first deposited into authorized commercial bank account before being transferred to the account at the central bank in accordance with legislation and Treasury protocol. Sarat Singh advised Austin to revisit the Senate recordings, noting that no mention was made about disbursement of funds. The Martin Corporation said it continues to operate within the constraint of its allocated annual budget and has not received any money from property tax. So Trinidad and Tobago, if you were wondering if corporation did collect any money, no, they did not collect any money from the property tax that were collected. Now, I believe Faraz Al-Ra, we did say that when they collect the property tax, that the money will go to corporation to maintain whatever area they are responsible for. But no money has been disbursed as yet. So what does it give back for that? We don't know. We don't know. But nevertheless, hopefully money will be disbursed very soon to corporations, or something be done about it. But very soon, Kamala is going to announce a budget and allocations for ministries, hopefully someday in October, early. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander has denied claims that he met with incarcerated gang figures inappropriately, saying he has seen documents from the media, but no official document validating the allegations. No, these are serious things. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go right ahead, your life.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. My great program as usual.
Thank you.
The mother told keep counting it, 279
Yes,
today.
yes.
I see you at 276, it's 279. But anyway, the PNM, they can't get over their downfall, you know. The problem is, they should understand by now, nobody wanted to do business with this country. When you have a man in the helm like Idi Amin brother, right? Rawley Idi Amin brother, nobody wants to do business with this country. You see where they went to? You had Saudi Arabia, you had Qatar, you had China,
Correct.
India, even Russia, all of them want to do business, and Guyana,
Yes.
it should have come to this country. But because these countries know that this bunch of people, dangerous people who destroy this country, practice discrimination in this country based on race, and all the PNM could boast about Idi Amin brother and that bunch of PNM is they brought snails to this country to destroy agriculture, they destroy Caroni, they destroy everything that a certain ethnic group of people connect to. So nobody wants to do business with this country, and you all must understand and watch, and you will see everybody going to come back to this country because the perfect country, regardless how much oil Guyana have here, we happy for them. They prefer come to Trinidad because of our geographical position, our development and the infrastructure we have in place and so on. So they will come here, what time you will see everybody coming here now. Anyway, to Mr. Gavero and Mr. Alexander, I hope you all saw BBC, the BBC investigative report where discrimination was discovered in the London Metropolitan Police based on race. I hope you all taken note of that. That was Gavero and the Homeland Security first agenda to hire 800 SRPs, total failure, and put them in the regular service and women every qualification for them. Mr. Ty, God bless you to have a program like this to inform the citizens and to strengthen the citizens' mind, the brain, and everything to move forward, and this country will get better and we will get to where we want to go. God bless you and your staff, Mr. Zai. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, my friend. So, Trinidad and Tobago, Roger Alexander, he defended his action, describing them as being done on police advice and under legal procedures. Alexander remarks came in response to a letter by attorney for prison supervisor Gart, who is currently detained under a preventative detention order. Guard legal team alleged that Alexander met with gang leader while he served in the police service and that those meetings influenced the decision to detain him. Alexander questioned the credibility of allegations made in a lawyer's letter and said that those allegations are as far from the truth. Listen to this.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this here. I have received no documents. Let me tell you this. I have received no documents with respect to that. What I have in my possession is what a member of the media sent to me. Mm-hmm. You see? Mm-hmm. I await. But however, those allegations, Mr. Wilson, is as far away from the truth as is humanly possible.
Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
Go right ahead, my friend.
You know, sir, I mean, you're accountant, and you want a balanced budget. You could do two things. You could create revenue, additional revenue, or you could cut expenditure. Isn't that correct? Now, when you have all this opposition with the set of rubbish that if, you know, they had gone ahead with a property tax and the revenue authority, they would have got revenue. Why on earth do they don't speak about the pilferage in CPEP and URP with billions of dollars were secret? You know, do they think that they could fool this opposition, they could fool anybody? Now, we may not have the revenue authority, we may not have the property tax, but we are saving money that was pilfering out, the wastage, the corruption on CPF, on URP, and all this bad spending by the government.
Yes.
That is one issue. And secondly, sir, you see again that the opposition is calling for the government to bail out the breakfast ship.
Yes.
Business is business. If you are occupying a place, you must pay the rent.
Correct.
Wasn't they earning revenue?
Correct.
So why? You see, this is what I am saying. The PNM has depleted the resources because of they want political patronage, and they was not collecting the rent from these people. Now, if you're a businessman, you're renting a space. 1 month the people didn't pay 2 months. Why you allow it to go for all 10 years and 9 years and all this kind of thing? And
well
now
said.
you're talking about, you know, this PNM is so bold, shameless that you are sending a letter now to the government, threatening the government. People owe money. Why don't the PNM, with money that that has been misplaced, the billions of dollars with the auditors report and all. Why they don't use that same money and pay the rent? You understand what I'm saying?
Correct, yeah.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. You see, everybody wants the government to do everything, but it's not the government to do everything. It's not the government. If you rented a space and you ain't pay your money, you will get evacuated. It's simple as that. Like same thing with the HEC houses. I hear that people have rent to pay 100, 200. Imagine you paying a rent for 500 for the month. The government give you a place to stay. 500 for the month for you and your family, and you still can't pay 500 a month. Are you that lazy? Are you that lazy? Now when the HEC do check now, it's thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars you are owing. Why? Laziness come first? No, get out on the streets. If you can't pay 500, look for a partner where you can pay 2,500 then and go. It's that simple. Now, back to Alexander. The minister also responded to suggestion that the prison visit were tied to political campaigns. He insisted his movements were authorized and said the dispute may lead to legal action. Listen to this.
If you see what clandestine means, it means that you are in some kind of covert situation where you... How it could be covert operations when we applied to the commissioner would have communicated with the prison commissioner, and that's how the dialogue took place. And there was a senior police officer there. I was not the senior police officer. That is why the attorney, that is why it has reached this level where there would be legal action.
So viewers, Alexander also defending the standard police practice for interviewing incarcerated persons. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. There are protocols, there are laws to be followed, and let's hope that he has taken into consideration the practice that he is talking about. Let's hope that he followed the practice accordingly. Now, staying on Alexander. Cell phone and chargers were among the illegal contraband discovered during the search on Monday. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander explained how perpetrators are breaching the walls of prison to smuggle those items inside.
Using the drones with large or long rope type equipment, strings and all of that, sometimes over 300 feet long, to come up and drop these things in particular places. My concern was this. Cigarette seems to be the order of the day at the nation's prison. To ease up all of this, all it takes is to legalize the cigarette in prison. And that's it. So then what will they battle for?
The minister stated that one pack of cigarettes sells for $800 within the prison, and there are those benefiting from it. He says he is willing to suggest legalizing cigarettes in prison as a way to address the problem. Sounds like an idea. The minister also acknowledged the many issues plaguing the prison service. The Prison Officers Association has long complained about the problem within lighting, water, uniform, proper locking mechanism for gates and even vehicles. Today, the minister says, budget after budget in the past, but nothing was done. His government is determined to end this burdensome situation and put the prison service back on track. Alexander.
Give me till November the 1st, and you will not have those conversations with them anymore. Don't say that I'm saying this just because. Ask them. Say, listen, what has been done to your institution for the last 9 years? Whenever you see them again, ask them. So we are here trying to fix everything. Alexander, the fix-it man.
Alexander, the fix-it man. But Trinidad and Tobago, if you're in the prison and you're paying $800 for a pack of cigarette, and that is a demand in prison, who is benefiting? Who is benefiting? So why not legalize the cigarette in there? Sounds good to me. We have a short commercial break. Viewers locked on. Oh, preparation for Carnival when we return.
We'll be right back.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery. At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Preparation for next year's Carnival season are underway. This from Minister of Culture and Community Development, Michelle Benjamin, who spoke at the Trinbago Unified Calypsonian Organization launch of Calypso History Month on Wednesday. Listen to this.
I can tell you this is a call of action. Myself and the CEO, we will be discussing the upcoming Carnival season. As the Minister of Culture and Community Development, I wish to commend TUTCO. I know you said show love, and in each organization, there is always some internal politics, some fighting. But you have not let that dawn on your representation of flying the flag high.
Now, viewers, TUCO President Ansel King says the organization is there to serve the local Calypso community. And
this is a good start. And this is because of Kaiso History Month. So we start off good. I'm hoping that we could maintain this with understanding because we want a successful Kaiso History Month.
Also, he noted that the commemoration of Calypso History Month has spread to the diaspora. Listen to this. You'll love it.
We started Kaiso History Month, and now privately right in Trinidad and Tobago here, they don't wait on us. People are putting their programs together for the month. And when that happens, it tells you that you have succeeded in a big way.
So viewers, one of the main topics that has been hitting Trinidad and Tobago for some time now is Forex. President of the Trinidad and Tobago Automobile Distribution Association, Visham Babwa, is now calling for the foreign exchange to be more equitable distributed. He believes that a recent published exempt bank list of Forex users vindicates his argument that only a few businesses receive this resource in the amount they need. Listen to this.
Being treated, given preferential treatment, and it is now being exposed, right? And I would like to see serious changes, maybe legislation that would have a proper balance and distribution of the Forex, and not only have one sector of the population getting Forex from the Exim Bank and also the commercial banks, because a lot of businesses and individuals are suffering because of this.
Mr. Babwa is making a plea to the government for the budget to take a serious look at the plight of small business in relation to the issue of Forex. He added that all citizens should be able to allocate some of the Forex that is available into the system.
But once there is a shortage, everybody must be able to enjoy or to get something that is available, some of the Forex that is available into the system. So I would really like to see some change happening with this, with regards to this budget, and not just talk or to name and shame. Name and shame is one, but to see decisive action being taken.
To some Water News viewers, relief is coming to residents of Mount Dor, who has gone 3 years without a water or without a reliable pipe-borne water supply. During a recent tour, it was noted that a booster pump station serving the community at Mount Dor has been out of operation for several years. But Marvin wants to talk about Tobago. Marvin wants to talk about Tobago, but right here in Trinidad, viewers, right here in Trinidad, 3 years now, Mount Dor has not received pipe-borne water. So where was Marvin for the 9 years now? Or let's just say for 5 years. Where was Marvin? Marvin wants to talk about Tobago, but can't talk about Trinidad right here? What a shame. Member for Parliament for Arangwe, St. Joseph, Davish Maraj, by mistake, said, the following discussion with officials from WASA, work is now expected to begin to restore that very said pump station. Listen to this, viewers.
We are highlighting a problem that we have had in this community. Whilst campaigning for this constituency, Arangwe St. Joseph, this is the area known as Mount Dor. There's a booster pump station here, which has been down for the last 3 years. The residents at the top of the hill, they have not been receiving pipe-borne water for that around that time, and water has to be given via trucks. So we have caused WASA, the minister and WASA, we have asked them to come and have a look at this situation, and WASA has promised to remedy the situation within the shortest possible time.
One resident, Calvert Spencer, described the challenges of going without a steady water supply and expressed that the issue will soon be resolved. Listeners.
I have to thank WASA for the tanks and them they stand up for us, so the people who couldn't already get the water, even though it wouldn't be every day, but as little as it is, it counts. Because it have children going to school, people going to work at a far distance, and it have been overbearing for a long time now. And I'm thankful for seeing our minister here, that he take concern in our problem up here after all these times. And I know in to my heart that things will change and we will get water for the whole community.
That is confidence. That is confidence. But nevertheless, viewers, WASA Acting Chief Executive Officer Jovine Joseph also confirmed the timeline for the work to be completed. Well done. Take a listen.
WASA is committed to ensuring that the pump is returned to its rightful place, and we'll have it working within 6 weeks.
How long has it been down?
It's been down over 3 years. What happened is that they actually took out the pump to put it in another location and left here unattended, and didn't really care about the people. So we are committed to replacing that pump and getting the people on the heights of Mount Dor with their water supply.
So WASA under previous administration 3 years back took out the pump to carry it in another location to feed those people water, but forgot about these people. Marvin, are you familiar with that? Marvin, are you familiar with that, Marvin? You will carry out your children one time for the month. They might throw tantrum at you, but Marvin got an increase in salary. And Marvin? Trinidad and Tobago, the acting Minister of Public Utility, Cathedral Amin, also assured residents that the decommissioned pump station will be refurbished and fully reinstalled. According to WASA, the procurement for a new pump is already underway. Trinidad and Tobago. I hear from people who on the ground. I hear from people who on the ground what took place. It's such a sad state. 3 years ago this happened. Marvin bumping his gum. Is he aware of this? I am definitely sure Marvin will be aware of this. I am definitely sure Marvin will be aware of this. Because look, the officials saying that they took out the pump to carry it somewhere else and forget these people. So these people, they don't need water. They might have no children going to school. They don't need to cook and wash and clean and things. Marvin, it's sad here in Trinidad and Tobago. The truth coming out now about the past administration, how they treated citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. It's such a stink state, but the reality of it, it's sad. Play that video one more time again, the same one.
Has it been down?
WASA is committed to ensuring that the pump is returned to its rightful place, and we'll have it working within 6 weeks.
How long has it been down?
It's been down over 3 years. What happened is that they actually took out the pump to put it in another location and left here unattended, and didn't really care about the people. So we are committed to replacing that pump and getting the people on the heights of Mount Dor with their water supply.
So Trinidad and Tobago, imagine that, Imagine that if that was done to you in your community, what would happen? Does that show a sign of caring for the people? The parents said they were working for the people. Which people they were working for? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. Oh, Saieed, you're bashing. I bashing? Look what the men and the women on the ground saying. Look what the residents saying. You hear it for yourself. Now take it out from here. They carry it here. they feed these people, and they forget about these people. And they're working for everybody. And they're working for everybody. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, nevertheless, it will fix. Ministers give assurance, David give assurance, Khatija give assurance, WASA official give assurance. Let's just see, we'll keep you up to date on the matter within 6 weeks' time. We're going to revisit the same story and find out from the people if they are getting water. But we have two major questions we would like to ask you, Trinidad and Tobago. Kamala Prasad Bisasa, we want to congratulate her on getting back the OFAC license. What I want to know is what was promised, or if anything was promised to the US concerning granting us the OFAC license. So go back to the Dragon Gas deal. Forget the PNM. The PNM had the license revoked. It's a dead deal. It's a dead deal. They come at the lost election. The people, the citizens decide to change from PNM to UNC. So what I want to know now, as again, I'll play the clip, not tonight, but sometime during the week, where Stuart Young said that they knew Venezuela was a sanctioned country and continued to do business with them. Thank God the Trump administration didn't sanction Trinidad and Tobago. Otherwise, every business sector or foreign business entity in Trinidad and Tobago, they would have pulled out and leave us like maybe Africa. We just had to say thank God in Trinidad and Tobago. But nevertheless, I have two questions for the new administration. The grant that was given from China, $98 million to Trinidad and Tobago, as a grant, what did China want in return? I understand it's a grant, but I just want to know what was promised or what was given back or what the talk was about in relation to our exchange. This is what I want to know. Yes, we understand we get the money, but what do they want? Free trade? What do they want? Access to what? Same thing with the US. Same thing with the US. What caused Rubio to change his mind? This is what I want to know now. Was it that they didn't like the past administration and they decided to revoke the license? They could have sanctioned Trinidad and Tobago, but thank God it didn't happen. But now, tables turn, we got them back the OFAC license, but at what cost? Remember, Venezuela is still sanctioned, eh? Remember that. So I want to know the do's and the don'ts now in going around the sanction. I want to see how Rubio is going to work out this. To work around that sanction for the Dragon Gas deal. As I said, we lucky. Trinidad and Tobago have to say, thank God we didn't get sanctioned. Otherwise, we would have been worse. We would have been like Venezuela. When all the Venezuelans were fleeing from Venezuela, we would have got like them, or even worse. Thank God we didn't get sanctioned. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. Trust me and understand what I am telling you. Trust that. So we are out of time for tonight, viewers, but nevertheless, our run of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. We'll be right back here for another night of Real Talk with Saieed as we go live again. Until then, do enjoy the night.